with Braves catcher Tyler Flowers and Tyler Camp, about a week old, but I know a lot of guys have been here for a couple of weeks now here in Central Florida. I know you've got a lot of younger arms to work with here in camp. I'm just kind of curious your takeaway from this first week.
It's been a good one so far. Even more young, talented arms, like you said, coming into camp. Some guys I'm familiar with, some I'm not. But so far, everybody looks great. Mac and I have been talking about it. How many good arms, how much talent there is in one organization. It's exciting for all of us to see them, see the progress they made over the offseason, and hopefully some of the guys that made some strides last year continuing to build on that.
How much fun is it being reunited with McCann?
It's great, man. I had a great relationship with Zook, but Mac and I already have something similar, and we had a friendship before any of this, for the last 10 years. So I think it'll be as close to a Zook replacement as we can have here, and he brings a lot of great things to the table, to the team, to the staff, to the catchers. We've already been picking each other's brains as much as we can, so we're excited about working together for the whole season.
How about the balance in this locker room? I mean, you've got guys that burst on the scene the last couple of years that are still in their low to mid 20s, and you've got veteran guys who have been around. It seems like there's a really nice balance and a nice mixture in this clubhouse.
Yeah, and in all areas, all positions too. It really is. It's a good group. All of our veteran guys actually, care and take the time to talk to the young guys instead of, sometimes you can get that hazing part of it. And we don't do a whole lot of that, and if we do, it's in good fun. But everybody's a very close-knit group, and I think that's part of what made us successful last year, and something that we can build on and use that going forward.
You've obviously been around this game a long time, and I know Snit talked about it last season. There's really no way to replicate the feeling of a pennant race in September and taking the field in October for the playoffs. How valuable will that experience be for those young guys that just got a taste of it for the first time last year?
It'll be big. I think a couple of guys got out there and maybe had a little bit of the deer in the headlights kind of thing, and then they were able to settle in. But we'll be able to avoid that going forward. They've been there, they've done that, they've seen the lights, they've seen the stadiums packed. They felt the excitement and the adrenaline, and I think, if they're like the rest of us, they want that experience again. They're welcoming it and fighting to get to it. So I think that's only going to help us as we continue to build this thing.
Certainly no shortage of headlines here in the National League East throughout the course of the offseason. A few of the other teams getting better, but you guys feel like you did as well, right?
Yeah, of course. A lot of it for every team is the pitching, the starting rotation, and we got a surplus of those guys. As we talked about, the talent is out the roof. It's just a matter of some of these guys stepping up and filling those spots and taking advantage of those opportunities. But yeah, the division's deep. It was deep last year too. There's a couple new faces in it, and a couple of them stacked up on one team. But it's still the same thing. You take care of all the little pieces of the game. That's what's going to help you win those tight ball games, which the majority of the games throughout the year are that way.
Being a veteran guy, you, I'm sure, have paid very close attention to the last couple of off seasons, and still a lot of big-name free agents still available. From your standpoint, though, to be able to sign to come back here this year and do it early on and not have to worry about this off season, how much of a comfort factor was that for you, knowing that you knew where you were going to be in 2019 and you didn't have to sit around and wait and I guess hope for a job somewhere?
Yeah, it's tough. Those guys, a lot of those guys could really help some teams out there, and for whatever reason, that's how it's going right now, and last off season how it went. They should be on teams, they should be helping squads, young guys, helping teams progress, but it is what it is for now. For me, it was just the right situation, it was the right time. It's home for me, I got the kids that are in school and stuff, and it was a very easy decision for me when we first started talking about it. Hopefully I'll finish my career out here 5, 6, 7 years from now. No, not that long.
Obviously, Nick Markakis back as well. Freddie Freeman has emerged really as a guy that has been more of a vocal leader. You guys have kind of an interesting balance of guys that are lead by example, but also that quiet leadership as well. Where do you see yourself in that mix?
I think I'm more towards the quiet side. There's certain guys and personalities, specifically on the pitching staff, that would maybe say differently about me, but for the most part, I just try and do the work that I need to do, and if something needs to be said to someone, then help say it to them, educate them, why, whatever the situation is. And we do have a couple other guys that are maybe a little more rah-rah. We've got a lot of young guys in there that have a lot of fun, and I think for a lot of us older guys, that's a good reminder day in, day out. When we have fun, we play better, and that's another great thing about this group, just that mixture, the vast difference between the oldest and the youngest, and experience and inexperience, and they keep us young and we just try and help them not look too silly along the way.
These guys are having a lot of fun in the clubhouse. You can tell it, you can see it. Looking forward to games getting started this weekend, and of course we'll have them for you on 680 The Fan, the Braves Radio Network. Stay connected to our coverage all throughout the course of spring training and the regular season. This guy's stuck with me for the next 7 months. I'm sorry about that.
I can handle it.
For Tyler Flowers, I'm Kevin McAlpin for 680 The Fan.